Today we're going to be doing something custom profile related. Yay! I know y'all love custom profiles, and so do I. But I want to try a different approach today and make what I think Project SEKAI characters' own custom profiles would look like in a universe where they all play Project SEKAI. Today we're going to start with Wonderland's Like Showtime, but depending on how this does, I might make the other units. Let's start with Tsukasa. And of course, what else would he have on his profile other than his iconic introduction? I actually fucked up here a little bit and put Tsukasa meaning to govern instead of the more iconic version, Tsukasa written as ruler of the world. I just copy pasted the English translation, not thinking. I would have changed it, but then you'll see at the end it would have fucked everything up and I would have had to move things around if I did. So I just went ahead and left it. Anyway, here I am messing with the font a little bit. I wanted to give the vibe that he was screaming, I guess, you know, just the classic Tsukasa voice. So I tried to find something that gave that vibe. Anyway, you might notice these clips are skipping around a bit, and that's because I didn't want to record 20 minutes of footage for each car, so sorry about that. You'll see the completed version at the end though, of course. As you can see, I changed my mind with the font layout a little bit and decided to go like ham with, I guess, making it bigger. I don't know. But I think it's funny, like he's just screaming just the parts of his name and then just like lowers his voice. Tema! Written as Soaring Pegasus. Tsukasa! Meaning to govern. Like in reality, it would definitely be read more like his actual introduction, but I just think it's goofy to see it that way. Then I went ahead and just did a basic background and added some stamps and such, scrolled for a while before I fully decided. Anyway, I tried to make his custom profile chaotic with stars and such, but honestly, I don't think I went hard enough. I debated the idea that he wouldn't be a very aesthetic person when it comes to these things, but I don't know, I think he would, honestly. He's very particular about his appearance and such, so I kind of went more aesthetic with his profile. And here it is completed. Let me know what you think. Did I capture the vibe? Alright, on to Emu. My idea for Emu was maybe she plays Project SEKAI with Nene a lot, and noticed that she has no one added on her friends list, and so she thought, Nene is an introvert and has a hard time making new friends, but I'm good at making lots of new friends, so why don't I send all of my new friends her way? And so she dedicated her custom profile to being a message to all her friends to friend Nene too. You'll see later on how Nene responds to this. I feel like we'd all have a pretty different take on what we think each character's profile would look like, so I'm really curious what you guys have for ideas for the characters too. Let me know down in the comments any of your ideas that I could possibly incorporate to more characters if I do the other units, because I don't have too many ideas yet. And then also I could do more for this unit specifically, since I am only doing one for each character, and you can have up to 10 on display and literally like 100 period in different sections. So yeah, I could do more WXS if y'all want that too. For most of these, I actually did kind of just write on their profiles, which I feel like most people would kind of like, you know, put cards and decorate images and, you know, make like things like I do normally, like the little YouTube thing. So I don't know if this was really the perfect approach, but it was the first idea I had, so I just went with it. Like, I feel like I could totally see one of these characters maybe doing like those crazy custom profiles where they like make images out of the shape feature and stuff like that, but I just didn't really know what to do. The friend code on screen is actually my own friend code, so feel free to send me a friend request if you'd like. I didn't really know what other code to use, and I didn't want to just spam a bunch of numbers. Anyway, I tried to make this profile pretty chaotic because Emu is chaotic. I think I could have gone a little more chaotic with this, to be honest, but I wanted to make sure it was still readable. And here's her finished profile. I think it came out pretty silly and moodcore, to be honest. And on to Nene. I wanted her profile to be a response to Emu's, of course, like I said earlier, and as much as I wanted to just put text and nothing else, because I think that'd be kind of funny, I went ahead and added some emotes in the background so this time-lapse wouldn't be boring as hell. I genuinely don't know if I wrote this as her being sarcastic or serious, but she probably found it funny that Emu made a profile for her and felt like it was only right to respond. I feel like if I make more custom profiles for 101 Showtime, I will definitely put more effort into her next one because I feel like she got kind of left out. I don't know. She should have a little more going on with her profile. But honestly, Nene is the type where I feel like she wouldn't put very much effort into her profile just because it's not what she's focused on. She just wants to play the rhythm game, so I think it still fits. I hope I didn't disappoint my Nene fans with such a simple profile, but I will hopefully do her justice if I add more. Anyway, here it is finished, and I actually hid a tiny little Emu in the bottom right corner. And last but not least, Rui. And I struggled to decide what I wanted on his profile, and ultimately decided I'd do something Rui Casa since I did something semi-Emu Nene. So I went with this Reddit post sounding thing. I genuinely don't know why. I was just like, how can I have him say I have a crush on my best friend and then just shat this out? Rui would 100% be a Reddit user, to be honest. You can't change my mind. Even if he's not making posts, he's 100% scrolling people's stupid opinions on like AI art or some shit and writing long comments explaining why AI art is terrible. And then Nene's like, Rui, don't waste your time on these fuckers. Your opinion is superior, king. But he just has fun crushing people with actual facts. What the fuck am I yapping about? Anyway, Rui Casa. I've always had this headcanon that Rui is constantly flirting with Tsukasa, but Tsukasa is just oblivious as fuck and thinks he's just goofing and gaffing. So that's what this was inspired by. You know, I was thinking about the fact that I'm using emotes of the characters in these. Like, in this universe where they play the game, are they just also characters in it? Maybe it's like The Sims or some shit, and these are the characters they made to represent themselves, or the emotes are just like memojis or some shit. I don't know, man. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just a silly little YouTube video. Anyway, I'm sorry to my Ruri fans for such a weird profile choice. I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to do here, you know? He's a weird little guy. That's just how he be. And I felt like it was missing a little something, so I had him cross out the picture of himself and then write anonymous, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, here's Rui's finished profile. It's goofy as fuck, but we love him for it. And that's all Wonder Music Showtime. If you'd like to see the other units, please comment which one you want to see next. And please let me know which of these was your favorite and what do you think was the most accurate. Like and share, and if this video does well, I'll pick the most commented unit to make next. Thanks for watching!